Mahia. Kukanoe, Gor Tibeduto Iwagni.
Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, I start by apologizing for starting this occasion late. It was slated for 11 o'clock. I can see it's just getting about 11:30. Please bear with us. I am accompanied by certain members of my office, the organizing secretary, Judith Anyango Omondi, and on my right, immediate right, the Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Ronald Ngala, and on my left, the Assistant Treasurer, Mr. Calvin Sebungu, and a number of the executive members of my committee. I have a written statement. Past 2 weeks, the Gor Mahia stage has witnessed a theater of tragicomedy as well as of the absurd. A theater where miserably impecunious self-seekers, some of no fixed abode, are playing the role of philanthropic benefactors, purportedly paying unsolicited rent for our players. A theater in which failed pseudo-politicians are trying their hands at the maiden trade unionism, purporting to advocate our players' industrial rights. Drama where hired layabouts have taken to the social media to echo their desperate masters' voices in the most virulent terms and to vomit varying doses of imbibed, albeit undigested vitriol at the behest of their cowardly demagogues. All allegedly in the name of delayed salaries. All this happening in the name of delayed salaries. All these actors in the theater of the Gor Mahia stage in the last fortnight. I have this day deemed it fit and appropriate to place the record straight with regard to the number of issues which have in the last fortnight been grossly misrepresented, partly out of ignorance and or lack of information, but largely spuriously by misguided and misgrantled perverts with ulterior, sinister, and puerile motives. Such issues include: 1, delayed August salaries. Gor Mahia FC derives its revenue from a number of sources. The club management from time to time determines which source to rely upon in payment of salaries. For the avoidance of any misconception, I must state here and now that all the salaries up to, and allowances and bonuses up to and including the period of 31st July 2018 have been duly paid in full. 2, appropriate arrangements were made for the payment of similar emoluments for the month of August 2018, but on account of certain unavoidable circumstances beyond our control, the salaries were delayed. I emphasize that the lurches in remittance were both unexpected and unanticipated. 3, the situation has now been rectified, remittance received, and all salaries, bonuses, and allowances for the stated period, that is August 2018, should be paid before the close of business today. Number 2, the move to other clubs by Medi Kagere and Godfrey Walusimbi. Medi Kagere's contract came to an end at the close of June 2018. Prior to that date, representatives of my executive committee conducted an exhaustive renewal negotiation with the player, which culminated into a comprehensive offer, which Medi said he would consider, after which he would advise his position. He in fact indicated that he was returning home to consult his family and to come back to us the week following. But alas, he was not to return. We later learned that he had joined Simba SC of Tanzania on more lucrative terms than we offered. I was recently challenged by one of those misfits that I'm talking about. Why did you allow Kagere to go? That is the answer. I got, number 2B, I got to learn for the first time of Walusimbi's move to South Africa on Friday, 11th August 2018, when I received a call from a Mr. Motaung Kaiser, who, after introducing himself, informed me that he was speaking to us, that as he was speaking to me, Godfrey Walusimbi was seated before him. I promptly protested at his club's unethical and illegal conduct of player tapping, for which he apologized, but still insisted that we could talk and come to some agreement. I declined to discuss the matter and indicated to him that I would lay the matter before the club's executive committee. I indeed later laid the case before the executive committee, which, having considered the same and having regard to the exit clause that was enshrined in the player contract, authorized a team of the executive committee to enter into negotiations with Kaizer Chiefs. The agreement reached was subsequently reduced into writing and duly executed. It was a term of the agreement that the agreed sum would be paid to Gor Mahia Football Club's account, the club's account, bank account, in 2 installments, the first in August 2018 and the second in January 2019. Despite the allegations of the misguided and disgruntled louts that these funds have been remitted and defalcated by certain officials and perceived agents in their figments of imagination, I categorically state here and now that not a single rand, nor a penny, has been paid to the club or to the officials of the club or to the alleged agent or at all. The global village that our world is today, I challenge the demagogues and prophets of doom to call Kaizer Chiefs on telephone number +27 11 941-1465 or inquire by email info@kaizerchiefs.com to establish the veracity of what I have just stated in the immediately foregoing paragraph before engaging in cheap publicity, gimmicks, and infantile intercourse. And please call. I have given those numbers. Call Kaizer Chiefs now to find out if they have sent to any one of us, either the chairman or the club's account or whoever. Now, before we leave this room, please call them and find out if 3 million shillings has been paid to the chairman as agent of Walusimbi, or if any other amount has been paid to anybody, any club official or anywhere at all, or even to the club itself. And I challenge, I repeat my challenge. And I'm going to give these numbers here. Please, members of the press, call and write an email. That is a contentious issue in our country concerning payment of Godfrey Walusimbi. Has it been made? How much was it? And was it made to Rachier? Our sponsors. I want to apologize to our sponsors, SportPesa, unreservedly and profusely for the threats directed at them by goons to which I have made repeated allusion, as also for any impression created that the delay in making the payments referred to above was as a result of or attributable to them in any way whatsoever. On the contrary, I want to thank SportPesa vehemently for coming to our aid from time to time at our hours of need. I further assure our sponsors that any telephone calls that were purportedly made on behalf of the club threatening them were not only sanctioned, not sanctioned by our executive, but were placed by unauthorized persons. Looking forward, we have two crucial matches on 26 September 2018 at Mumias Complex against Vihiga United, and on 30th September 2018 at Kisumu Municipal Stadium against Mathare United, at the conclusion of which we shall, as the worthy 2018 SPL champions, be duly crowned so, and you are invited to attend. It will be as peaceful as ever. There will be no room for chasing of any officials, chasing after them or doing anything. There will be no such room. There will be good security, and we invite you, members of the press, to come and enjoy with us our coronation as the, is it 17th or 18th or 19th club champions? That's 17th. 17th, that is. Thank you, Ronald. Right. Then we shall then proceed to Goodison Park. We shall then proceed to Goodison Park to meet Everton and other clubs in the UK in the first week of November 2018. I now want to, just about to conclude, one of the cardinal tenets of corporate governance is collective responsibility and not cheap publicity. We shall, before the close of the year, hold an annual general meeting at which the registered members of the club will, apart from the usual routine agenda, chart the future of this great club. In conclusion, I want to associate myself with the following apt statement attributable to Tom Osanjo in today's Daily Nation, and I quote, "The current Gor Mahia administration must realize that club management is no longer just about winning titles. It is about running a thriving business that can be turned into a professional outfit that benefits players, fans, management, sponsors, stakeholders, and goes beyond these to have an impact regionally, on the continent, and hey, why not dream? Even have reach internationally. Gor Mahia can no longer retain the status of a social welfare club it had when it was formed on February 2nd, 1968. End of quote. My comment, I cannot agree more. Thank you. I am now facilitated our travel to Algiers when we were not able to raise fund. The honorable patron of our club, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, for his unswerving support, and his benefactor turned the devil, who gave us very good sponsorship when we lost in Mombasa against, but into malevolence. Saying we have won the cup. And I want to thank our players for a very good example. I have talked to some of them, and do not worry about what happened in the last two matches. We know the cause. Thank you. I am now, yes.
One of the officials, when I said what...
Don't worry, I'm the one who is talking. So, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen, I am now amenable to your questions.